it's but believe me, like it's all related. What's happening in Egypt is very much related to what's happening in Israel. Hamas war right now is very much related to what's happening in Sudan and Libya, all over the region. It's all related. And if you look at the main source of this, of all of these conflicts, you will find out that it is a conflict between Islamists on one side and the secular nation states on the other side. It's like the core of all of these conflicts. Of course, there are like other layers above these conflicts that appear later on, but this is like the base. And I think it is also something that the Western world has to be very careful about, because this dilemma or this big problem is now being exported to them purposefully by Islamists. And we can just, anyone can search for this. There is a text written by the Muslim Brotherhood leaders in the United States in 1990s. It was discovered by federal investigations and now released for public to read. But in this text, the Muslim Brotherhood had a clear plan about sabotaging the West from within.
100-year plan.
Exactly, to sabotage the West from within, which means that they had a clear vision on what they want to do to make these nation states, successful nation states in the West, collapse so they can build their own Islamic caliphate upon the ruins of these nation states. This is what they have been doing in the Middle East for so long, ranging from Iran to its militia all over the region, up to Hamas, up to the Sunni Islamist organizations like the Muslim Brotherhood, ISIS, and Al-Qaeda, and so on. All their goal is simply just to dismantle the nation states and build their own Islamic caliphate upon this nation state. In the West, they adopted the strategy of infiltrating into the Western societies and like putting their children who would normally be like second generation citizens of these countries into certain groups of influence in these communities so they can promote their ideas. One of these manifestations of this evil plan we are seeing happening right now in reaction to the Israel-Hamas war. All this twisted rhetoric about Hamas being a resistant movement, about being heroes of or a champion of the Palestinian cause, and this for me is nonsense. Nonsense. It has nothing to do with the truth. But this was being told to Western youth in the United States, in Europe, in universities, everywhere, by their Muslim fellows, by their Islamist, I would say, fellows, who are saying this on purpose to promote some lies, to ally them on the side of the evil rather than being on the side of the good. And it's really shocking to see that people in the US, for example, in American universities, people who are women, who belong to the LGBT community, are supporting Hamas. They don't even understand that if they live under Hamas and the Sharia law, they will be immediately killed just for being an LGBT person, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. So when you see how brainwashed they are, you will be shocked. But there's a reason for that. Like Islamists has been preparing for this moment for so long. That's why we are seeing this extreme international polarization around the issue. Although it's ethically, it's very clear. We have a group of terrorists who attacked civilian people in their homes on a holiday. They attacked people in their pajamas, you know, they raped women, they killed children, they arrested toddlers even and kidnapped them and arrested them for over a month and tortured them. And like it's a clear case. It does not even need to argue about. It's a clear case of terrorism. And there is a state responsible about these civilians, and which is the Israel state. It reacted like any other state in the world would react when it is faced by a terrorist or when it is attacked by a terrorist organization like Hamas. But actually, Hamas twisted the whole rhetoric and made it appear like the Israeli government woke up one day and decided just to kill some Palestinians, just out of the blue, just because they think the Palestinian number is increasing. Like, I know it sounds like a joke, but it was said in our media. It was said in the Egyptian media and the Arab media, like by reputable analysts.